Hello.
Good morning, everybody. It's auction day. Getting excited. Only got 2 and 45 minutes left until it's going to happen. Very exciting. But for now, we're relaxing on the couch, celebrating my victory last night because I won the Hunt Cover Championship. For the first time ever, I played a comic book contest game and won. I've done 5 different versions of this kind of thing, and I've lost 4 of them.
Wow.
Your dad's a loser, Kate. You should know that.
You're not a loser.
I played the hunt twice by my own rules, breaking the rules any way I could, and I lost both times. I've played Comic Gories against Matt twice, lost both times. But last night, I played the Hunt Championship. I broke all the rules as much as I could, bent and broke all the rules, and I came out victorious by just thanks to Drew Manchu, who I will now shout out as the greatest person in the comic book community. Thank you to Drew Manchu. The Virgin Vigilante. That's very funny. Morning to Discovery Bay. I am stealing the Discovery Bay auction spot today, but he will be back next weekend with a huge, huge show. I might even try to see if I can wiggle my way into joining JB's group next weekend as well. I mentioned before the show got started, Hydra Collectibles is in the chat. That's Luke. He is one of my lost buddies right there. Bing, bing.
That's different now.
And Luke has a great channel. It's very new. He's only got, I think he's nearing to 200 subscribers. He's now dropped, I think, 4 videos on his channel. Really, really good stuff. So definitely worth checking out. I won the unboxing match with notebooks. I pulled a Jeffrey Comic-Con on that particular win, Discovery Bay. This is a legitimate win. Charlie, are you still feeling sick? Patrick is asking. Yeah, a little bit.
Are the tanklings better?
Are the tanklings better? I haven't seen Tank in the chat yet. Let me see. No, I haven't seen Tank yet. He might be still sleeping.
That's beautiful.
I haven't seen him. Morning to Rod and Old Wolf and James Gallegos. Stay Puff is the other big winner. You got to get over there and check out Tony Sanders' channel to see the Sean John victory last night. That's what I'm calling that. We're gonna make a new team, Sean John. If you want to be on Team Sean John, I think Bubs wants to get in on this, right? Kate's already ready to go back to sleep.
My neck hurts.
Your neck hurts. Why does your neck hurt?
I slept on it wrong.
Oh, all right. But Sean John for the win last night. It was a lot of fun. A lot of good books hammered out. These were the books I shared right here. And this was the winner, the Devil Dinosaur, baby. Dinosaur books, that was like my only option right there. Pulled out the win.
Dad, did they update StreamYard?
No, you can change the way they look. It's not that, I wanted a smaller one. The big ones were kind of like taking up the whole thing.
Yeah.
So shout out to my pal, Stay Puff. Sean was dominating last night. Good. Did I miss Old Wolf? Hello to you. And of course, Sam was one of the first ones in the chat. Good morning to you, Sam. I think I got everybody who's jumped in. I said hello to Patrick and Hydra. Hail Hydra. I did not have a lot of dinosaur books. Golden Age collectors would have a ton, and I don't have any Golden Age books, but I got me that Devil Dinosaur this year, so I was like, there we go. Let's do that Devil Dinosaur. So we got some books to share today, some things that we've been enjoying. Does anybody want to go first?
Charlie's going to go first, so I can wake her up.
All right, so I will go first because grouchy girls do not want to go first. I'm going to share Jane Foster Valkyrie. This is issue 8. Now, sadly, Al Ewing is no longer writing this comic. It is just Jason Aaron. But he and Donny Cates seem to be conspiring some of their plot lines together. So you have Donny Cates' Thor showing up here. And I believe there is some tie-in. It says, new story arc, Jane and Thor stop the anti-life. And they're just beginning to explain what anti-life means in the Marvel universe. Obviously, we know it in the DC universe. I'm enjoying this a bunch. I thought this was a good read. I think this is a slept-on book for the most part. I think it's just a lot of fun. I like the way they've conceptualized her costume and the cool weapon that she's got. So all of that's really cool. Hopefully some other people enjoying the Valkyrie. I think it's a good read. All right, let's have Charlie go next. What do you got, Char? She's reading away. Ooh, you want to do Swing It, Sunny? I think we shared this one not too long ago.
No, that was a different one.
There's a whole bunch in the Sunny series, right?
There's 3.
What are the other ones, Charlie?
There's Sunny Side Up, and I don't know what the third one's called.
Do you know the third one?
No. But I can recognize it.
So Sunny Side Up is one of the other ones. It's the first one, I think, right?
Mm-hmm.
And this is Swing It, Sunny. These are graphic novels.
No, this is the first one. Sunny Side Up is the second one.
No, Sunny Side Up was the first. I bought the second without realizing it.
Okay. What do you like about these, Chuck?
Well, I like how the drawings are. I've never really seen like that type of illustration, but I think it's really good. I like just how the story gets told.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel bad. I feel like there's like a lot of ups and downs.
Okay.
And I just think that they're a really nice family. But even though like one of their sons is in jail, one lost an arm.
Some very rough things have happened in their family, right? Yeah. But she's trying to be positive, right? Sunny side up. Keep her positivity going. I mentioned it before we got started, Biggie Shack, but yeah, Biggie was also on that show last night. Tony Sanders, The Hunt. You can search for his channel and get over there because there was a lot of fire books being shown, a lot of funny YouTubers doing their shtick. So Charlie recommends some Swing It, Sunny. Have you read Sunny Side Up yet?
Yeah.
You remember it a little bit?
Yeah,
got it from the
I read
library.
it.
Which one do you like better?
Well, I would say Sunny Side Up because I don't read that very often.
Okay.
But if I had Sunny Side Up, I'd say Swing It, Sunny.
Ooh. So they're both great, is what you're saying. Okay.
But she's also in that one. She's also dealing with allergen shots and stuff. And her brother's not actually
In this one?
jail. Yeah, he's in like correction school.
Oh, he's
Yeah, but he
like
has a
drugs
jail
and stuff.
cell. He has a little cell.
But it's not jail. It's like a correction school.
okay. All right.
Because he like smoked and stuff. He punched Sunny in the first one. He punched her in the arm.
I should make this a weekly show. It is a weekly show, Ian. It's a weekly show every Saturday. Me and the girls hanging out.
This is a weekly show. A weekendly show. I don't know.
This is my Mr. Garrell. This is my red villain covers going on here. We got Mephisto, the Sentinels, Devil Dinosaur, Annihilus, and Poison Ivy. So they're all hanging out. My red villains. The world's comic cover greatest. Biggie Shack is playing it up, man. Whoo! Got the crown right here. Living the dream. All right, Caters, what's your first book? Let's rally. These girls are sleepy this morning.
You woke me up with a chicken toy.
You woke yourself up. Yesterday I woke you with a chicken toy.
It screeches 3 times.
Jedi Academy, The Phantom Bully. If you haven't read Jedi Academy, it's very funny. Kids love these books. These are like hugely popular Jedi Academy books.
Yeah.
Um,
This is the first series because there's 2 different series. The guy who was writing these, Jeffrey Brown, he quit, and then I don't know why. He probably did something.
he's moved on to something different.
Yeah, and another guy came in. His name's like Jason Kruskirka. It's like really long last name. Okay, and it's basically like Yoda's in it. There's no one else that I really like know in the Star Wars universe except Yoda. There's like an R2D2, but it's RW22, and then there's T3PO instead.
Okay.
But Yoda's still in there. It's just a little bit different.
Okay. But it's also like you have the sort of school elements where they're like have typical classrooms and backpacks and
and
school drama
and
and
he's
stuff.
holding. He likes a girl.
Yeah.
Ron Novachez. I don't know if I'm saying that with an accent or no. But Ron Novachez, he's the main character, and he likes a girl named Gianna, and she likes him back. And in this one, they're like,
All of a sudden, I'm a celebrity. I win one time. So this is my entire set. It's this couch, or I do most of my other shows sitting right back there by the Chinatown poster. This is my space. This is my man cave corner of the world. That came from the Boy Who Had Sevens mystery boxes back in the day. That's how it is. Is the Jedi a can? Oh, is this canon? I don't think so. I think it's a whole separate sort of universe because it's like them when they were kids, right? Who's this? Is this supposed to be Obi-Wan or something?
it's no one.
These are all different characters.
Yeah.
Is that Yoda?
Yeah.
Actually Yoda.
Actually, Yoda.
Yeah. So this is
Only
actually Yoda.
Yoda's in it.
He's the only one. Who's this guy? Do you know?
He
their
looks
name?
like Darth Maul, but he's one of their teachers. He's
Okay.
a lightsaber.
So that's not
and,
actually Darth Maul.
Star pilot teacher.
Okay. Okay.
See, there's T-3PO on the back. He's like, there's
Hi, Katie.
Gianna,
Okay.
and then there's T-3PO. Can you show the crowd or whatever?
Okay. These two? No. Her.
Gianna and T-3PO's up in the corner.
Gianna.
Gianna, yeah.
And that robot, the silver one,
Yeah,
is T3PO.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's a very creative name.
Nice. Bye, Rod. Catch you later, brother. Is Perry a Kingsman? Oh man, nobody wants Perry on their squad. That's questionable. Icon coconut belts coming soon. All right, so my second book. This probably was one of the best books I read this week. I really enjoy Marauders every time. The Bishop has some really cool sequences in this. I like Bishop a lot. I like Storm. I like Kitty Pryde. I like Emma Frost. They're all in this book. Some of my favorite mutants together in one book. I think I really just enjoyed this story a ton. And the discovery of Kitty Pryde's body. She seems to be dead. So what are they going to do? It's all very exciting.
How is Kitty Pryde dead?
They drowned her.
Who?
The bad guy did. Sebastian Shaw.
Can't she just phase through his hand?
No, they wrapped her in these special vines from the island of Krakoa, where she can't. The island of Krakoa is like a living mutant, and the island is rejecting her mutant status, so she can't. Her phasing doesn't work. So they wrapped her legs in the vines and they dragged her down. They pulled her down. She couldn't phase through the vines. Isn't that cool? What a cool, trippy way. And they did it because they believe she might be the only mutant who cannot be resurrected. All the other mutants, if they die, can come back again. The island has built a system along with several key mutants where they create these little eggs and they can rehatch a mutant who has died, bring them back to life just like they were.
As a kid or like a human?
As they were. So one of the early issues, they had all the mutants on a mission. Cyclops, Wolverine, Jean Grey, all of them, and they all died.
Oof.
They achieved their goal, but they all died. Well, then the next issue showed them all being resurrected. They're sort of hatched out of these cocoons. And Xavier has stored their memories because he can do that with his new helmet. And then he puts all their memories back into their minds, and they have these new bodies. It's like they're just born again.
I want that power.
So they've been doing this over and over and over again. But it seems like Kitty Pryde is one of the only mutants who can't, because the island keeps rejecting her. They have these little portals you can go through, and you walk through one of the little vine portals and you can go to New York, or you can go to the moon, or you can go to Mars or the space station. Well, Kitty Pryde can't. Every time she tries to go through those things, she crashes into it.
Can I read that story on
Kate was yawning. Yeah, she might have been bored. Yeah, they call her Kate Pryde now, by the way. They don't call her Kitty anymore.
Why?
Because she's getting older. She wants to be called Kate. She's Catherine.
Oh, everyone at school calls me Catherine except my friends.
Okay, well, you can ask nicely.
I do. I asked Miss Lavelle 3 times, and she still calls me Catherine.
All right. Good morning to Chris. How you doing, buddy? Good morning to Gore Vidal. Thanks, Biggie. Wow, Biggie, you are awesome this morning. You're like, I'm feeling like vim and vigor and ready to go, buddy. Thank you. Charlie, you're up, man. What's your second book? This is Charlie's I Want to Snuggle in a Blanket and Just Talk and Read. Mira. And I believe this was given to us by Comic Books NYC, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to be hanging out with him for dinner tonight. He's in LA. So I'm super pumped to meet up with him.
Then it's Comic Books LA.
He is Comic Books LA right now, for sure. Morning, Alec. Did he come through? I didn't see him. There he is. Oh, he's the one that said Cape Pride. Sorry. My bad. It should be on your pull list. It's a great one. What do you think of Mira, Charlie? I know you're a big fan of her as a character.
Well, I really like her because she's like a lady who can control the ocean. How cool is that? And I like this book because it's like Mira and Aquaman's like breaking up with her or something. And she keeps having these visions like of her and Aquaman together, but then she can't breathe underwater and she falls down and she's like, why isn't he helping me?
That's cool. This is written by Dan Abnett and drawn by Lan Medina. If you guys haven't read this storyline, as their names. Yeah, this is an Art Germ, of course, cover. Just a classic Art Germ piece of work there. Good morning to Southern Comic Geek, as well as C. Wood. How you doing, C. Wood?
Why did Artrum stop making those type of?
He still draws this kind of stuff.
Remember you said he did other stuff.
He does lots of. I mean, he just finished his Catwoman run. I don't know what he's drawing now. Does anybody know what run he is on right now? I know he was doing Supergirl for a while. I don't know quite what he's doing. Good morning, Pop Pop. My dad is in the chat. And good morning to Z Collects. And good morning to Reggie. Good morning to you, sir. Whoop, I missed Reggie. There he is. Oh.
But you got someone better.
So what do you think, Charlie? Is this one a good one? How many issues does this have? Doesn't tell you how many issues.
No.
What did you think of it?
I thought it was good.
Yeah?
Yeah. And I would definitely recommend it.
I don't even think there's a second volume. I think it's just the one, right? There's no part 2 or anything, right?
I don't think so.
Yeah. So it's a very fun trade. My girls have always read it again and again and again. Dan Abnett is currently writing Deja Torres. Okay, I didn't know that. And I know that Lan Medina did Fables, which is a comic I really love. And this is him. He's doing the art now. Yeah, Deja Torres is not really a kid's show, but I mean, for other people that like that art style or like the story writing, you can find other things for them. It's all Ego. I'm all in for Ego versus Krakoa would be awesome. That would be cool. That would be cool. All right. Womp, womp, womp. Where are you putting your stuff, Charlie? Down here. So that's your turn, Kateruru. What do you got? Upside Down book? The New Kid by Jerry Craft. This is a graphic novel, right? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think?
It's like a interesting book about racism.
Uh-huh.
And like he like is still kind of teased about his size because he's very short.
Okay.
And his color.
Okay.
When people like, for example, in this they make the point that whenever they're talking about slaves, everyone looks at them for financial aid. Or
whenever they're
something.
studying these things in school. This is what, 7th grade? Yeah. 7th grade.
He's very short, but in this one, at the all through the book.
Nope.
Is that thunder?
Yeah, I think we just had a little bit of thunder. It's supposed to rain this morning until about
I heard it last night.
afternoon. Yeah.
Oh.
Woo.
But sometimes if you look around, there's this boy and a girl, and he's always with another girl.
Okay.
It's very funny. It's just in the background. It's kind of hard to find sometimes. I'm sorry.
Well, let's not look for that bit. Why don't we just talk about the story?
It's a very nice story, and his best friend is like white, and he's very rich.
It looks like there's a few kids of different races in the storyline.
They're all best friends.
Nice.
Yeah. A very nice story.
Okay.
And he has a journal that he writes in every day, and he draws, and he's very good at drawing. Like, seriously, he's really, really good.
Very cartoony style.
It's funny.
And obviously, you being in middle school, you probably relate a little bit to it.
Yeah.
Hello to Patrick of Big Lion Cat 646. Yup.
But he writes everything down in it, even his teachers. So like, one of his teachers calls him by the wrong name, and one of his teachers also calls his best friend Drew, which is this guy, the middle guy.
Okay.
He calls him some other name, and this guy named Andy's in it. He's really mean, and something really mean the teacher says, like, Andy's always like, dog, hey dog, to something, and so then Drew says it once. He says, see you later, dog. And then Mrs. whatever her name is, Raoul, comes over and says, I don't think it's nice of you to call him dog, even though Andy says it every single day.
Yeah, the teacher just has something against them.
Also, they have, so Jordan is the guy's name. He has these, like, two angels that run around with him. Like, see? That's one of his angels. And whenever he says something funny, or he's like burn someone, his babies just go like they dab.
The angels will dab.
Yeah, they're so cute. It's very funny.
Sounds like it. Is there any sequels, or is it just the one book?
I think it's just the one book.
Okay. All right. My final book is going to be
X-Men.
The one I chose for the thumbnail, which is X-Men #6. I don't think enough people are talking about how good this issue was. This was from a week ago. So what now, 10 days back. I thought this was a great story. We have not had Mystique really playing a part in this new X-World universe thing. And this gives her a front and center role. We get to see kind of what she's doing in the shadows of this whole thing and what is her real motivation, which is she wants to get back to her wife, her significant other, and seeing what she will do and why she wants to do it. This issue was really, really cool. Great character stuff. I love this cover too. I can't read the artist's name, but I love the cover. It's perfect. It's her. She's the focus. She's gonna be in the background doing something truly Machiavellian. I think she has an end game. She wants to get her significant other to be resurrected, and it seems like Xavier and Magneto are trying not to resurrect her significant other. So what's going to happen? How far will she go to make sure she gets what she needs? And you've also got Omega Red now. He's playing a long con for the vampires with that Wolverine storyline. So there's a lot of sort of villain mutants on the inside who could really ruin the Krakoa experience. It should be a very exciting set of twists that come along here. Thank you, Southern Comic Geek. Yeah, we're going to have some good stuff going on later with that auction. Yeah, so Mystique and Eternity play a big part in this storyline, but it's really Mystique trying to get Magneto and Xavier to bring her back. And I heard some rumors, especially, Hydra Collectibles has got great suspicious thoughts. But he was thinking that it's because a lot of the mutants they haven't brought back have powers of seeing into the future and have abilities to read minds and get information about Moira McTaggart and what she's really doing. And so they're not bringing those mutants back on purpose, that there's a real reason why they're not bringing certain mutants back, and they can't. So it could be very interesting when push comes to shove on these issues. What? You want to see the dabbing angel? This is Kate's dabbing angel.
Drop that.
No, he's doing a mic drop too.
Mm-hmm. because he says maybe you could work in my
Truly.
neighborhood. That way, maybe you'd be more special.
It doesn't say that.
Well, all right. I don't know that we need to like really break it down and
I didn't.
get into it.
Doesn't care about that sentence.
I got some grouchy, sleepy girls this morning. All right, you got one last book, Chuckles? She's Got Guts.
That sounds weird.
I will say Reina, I'm having trouble pronouncing her last name.
Telgemeier.
Reina Telgemeier. I think it's Reina Telgemeier. I think I might have just got it right. She's got a whole bunch of great books. And if you have anywhere from a child from like 3rd grade to junior high, they're going to like these books. There's just no question about it. You've got
this one.
Smile, Sisters, Drama, Ghosts, and Guts.
Ghosts doesn't sound
And
as
you
scary
still
as
have
it should be.
you still have
All very
Babysitters
good.
Club.
And then, of course, yeah, she does stuff for the Babysitters Club, which we'll get to in just a little bit. But seriously, she is one of the hottest writers, and these books are everywhere. In classrooms, on Scholastic, these books are just everywhere. So I promise you, yeah, there it is. See, Patrick says his students love these books.
And I
Tacoma, another teacher telling you the #1 selling comic book creator in the last decade. So if you haven't heard of her, it's probably because you don't have kids or kids aren't of a certain age in your house, because her books have just been fire.
No soccer today?
And at least one of every one of my students, have read one of her books, I would say. And yeah, absolutely. She has outsold any comic we've discussed today or that you'll see discussed on any channel. What? Yes, we don't have soccer today. Charlie's first game is next weekend.
Yes.
So, boom. Charlie's reading Guts, or you finished Guts?
Yes.
Okay.
And
This is the newest one, right?
yeah, I like it because it kind of reminds me about how I act. Because sometimes when I'm stressed out, I get stomach aches, and that's exactly what's happening in this book.
Nice.
And it's about like how she has a hard time at school, and that she's scared of the word of throwing up.
Gotcha.
And getting sick, and that she won't go inside the house if someone's sick, and it's really hard for her because people at her school are super rude to her.
Nice.
And she's having a hard time, and she has to go to the bathroom whenever, sometimes she has to go to the bathroom because her stomach hurts. And whenever she does that, a mean girl who sits next to her says, "Are you a poopy diaper baby?" And then Reina's like, "No." And then she yells it, and then the teacher gets mad at her and says, "Try being nice to Michelle." And Michelle just is whistling, like she didn't even do anything.
Congrats to you, Katie. So you feel like you relate to Raina, the main character here?
Yeah.
Which is obviously based on the writer a little bit, because it's Reina Telgemeier is the writer.
Actually, Raina kind of looks like...
Rob, congratulations. First granddaughter is due in September. Holy cow. That's a big moment, man. Big moment. I don't think we want to watch pictures of people being sick.
Okay.
But you're going to show it anyways?
Yeah, because that's a good picture of her. Right there. I can't hold it. Can you hold it up?
This one right here in the bed?
Yeah. There's her hair.
More Raina.
And right up there.
There she is.
With her hair down. And then that's what she looks like in the comic book. But then this is what she looked like in real life when she was that age. And now she's a really pretty adult.
Sixth grandkid is due at the end of the month. Big Lion Cat's going to be a 6-time grandpa. That's my dad. He is a 6-time pop. He's got 3 granddaughters and 3 grandsons.
There's 212 pages.
So
It's funny.
pops are the best.
Because you have 2 brothers, and one of them had 2 boys. We had 2 girls, and then one had a boy and a girl. So
Yep.
Penny and
We
Jack
split.
are like You know the ones that came on our channel. Penny and Jack are like the borders, the Rainbow Bridge.
Yes. The Rainbow Bridge.
Because there's two girls. Because he had two girls, and then his older brother had two boys.
Yep.
And then the youngest brother
Had a boy.
had a boy and a girl. So we have equals.
Yep. The Brady bunch of grandkids. You are very much right.
Unless you count all the dogs, then they're very outnumbered because all the dogs are girls.
Pop says, my first granddaughter was born 12 years ago. She's right there.
She was the
She's right there.
She actually was the only granddaughter for 3 years.
Only grandkid. Yeah. It made me feel very young. And my dad's an awesome guy. He used to take Kate for one day every week. I think starting when you were like less than 3 months old. I want to say like 1 month old, somewhere in there.
1 month.
My dad would take Kate for a day, and they would do they'd just hang out. He'd push her around the block in the stroller. And later they would start going to Disneyland and stuff like that together. My dad's been 100% in with my stepmom, Anita, the two of them. They've just been on board top to bottom. Amazing people.
Hey, so's Oma.
Nice. Well, I'm just Pop's the one here in the chat. We're talking about Pop and Grandma. Mr. G is going to be a grandma in June. It will be a granddaughter, our first. Wow. And you've got 4 grandsons. Oh my gosh. That's very exciting. Holy cow. Look at all these grandpas in the chat here.
It's raining.
I'm a grandma.
You're a grandma?
Already. Dang, Charlie.
Starting to rain. The rain's coming down here.
It's raining hard and long.
It's raining hard.
Oh my gosh. No one watches Little Shaq but me and Melody since he's been alive. That's special time. You get to share, Biggie. My dad has 9 brothers and 3 sisters. They all have kids, and some of us. Oh my gosh, that's a lot of kiddos. That is
9
a lot of
brothers
kiddos.
and 3 sisters. That means they had 13
Apparently,
kids.
Patrick, you could borrow from Luke. All right, so I've done my last one. You've done your last one. Ding. The time has come. Babysitters Club, another Raina Telgemeier joint. This one is drawn.
By Anne and Martin.
No, it's based on
it's drawn by
the
Raina.
books. Yeah, I think it's drawn and written by Raina Telgemeier. She does
Yeah.
all of it, right?
But Anne Martin wrote the original.
Yeah.
No,
I'm
it said
just looking.
illustrated.
It says with color.
I'm just checking. Okay, give me a second. A
Color.
graphic novel
So
by
she drew
Raina.
it.
Yeah, I think Raina does the whole thing. She's amazing.
And then the people who color it in is
Sorry.
Brandon Lamb.
Cover her.
This one's story is called Christie's Great Idea from the Babysitters Club.
That's the first book. So she has the idea of the Babysitters Club in that one.
Oh, well, this is the very first one?
Mm-hmm.
Christy, Marianne, Claudia, and Stacy are best friends and founders of the Babysitters Club. What do you think of the idea for this story?
It's a pretty interesting story. The beginnings are always very funny, and I think I'm most relatable to Christy because she's like a tomboy, and she's like she can't wait to be free from school because it doesn't have air conditioning, and it rings, and she screams hooray, and then her teacher's like you have your homework assignment. You may go. Christy, I'd like to see you for a minute. And then she has to write a 100-page essay about decorum.
100 word.
That's what I said, 100 word.
You said 100 page.
Whatever. Anyways, so these are what the people look like and their jobs in the Babysitters Club. So Christy's the one that's like the president. Claudia is the vice president. Marianne is the secretary.
The 4 ladies and what they do on the
And Stacy is the treasurer. And Marianne, her dad's very strict. She can't wear anything. She can't never wear her hair down.
Okay.
She always wears it up in braids. She has to wear these like old-fashioned outfits, you know? And she doesn't like it. So then in there's a bunch of these books, but in one of them she confronts him. And also they have like, I like reading the back of her books because like they sometimes, not this one though, sometimes they have these like how they did the art, like the beginning and then the inking and then the
Oh,
color
nice.
and stuff. And then it's really cool. And then they have like the original Babysitters Club books, like parts of that, It's really cool.
No, these ones are not the ones where you pick different endings. I think these are just straight graphic novels. And I wanted to get to, oh my gosh. I lost Robert's question. Robert's asking about MegaCon. I'm still trying to make it work. I was like 80%. Yeah, I think it's going to work a few months back. But I started looking at plane flights at like $650. And I was like, MegaCon might not happen. I'm not sure. Hence the auctions and things like that. I'm trying to make this hobby pay for itself a little better. So we will see. I'm in the 20%, 25% yes now. So it's very expensive. As Sam will tell you, he just got his ticket flying from the West Coast to the East Coast. It ain't cheap.
Stop
$600 to $700 is not cheap. So trying to make it work. I'm trying to buy my plane ticket next week, hoping it's not outrageous. Yeah, I hope so, Biggie. I think everybody else seems to have very reasonable tickets. It seems to just be me. I used to watch. Sorry, I'm lost. Everything keeps jumping. I used to watch John, Kate, and Charlie on a big screen TV before I created my account. You know what? I was watching a couple of shows on my big screen as well the other day. It was kind of fun.
You watched yourself.
So fingers crossed. Well, we are gonna be rolling out now. These girls look like they're ready to go back to sleep.
Woohoo!
Both of you. I'm gonna set everything up so that I'm ready to go in 2 hours. My auction starts up, so hopefully some of you guys come by. There's gonna be a ton of free books given away thanks to Rob in the chat who paid for 3 rounds of dollar books. So there are 3 rounds of dollar books that are going to be free. You just need to pay the shipping. So there's a ton of free stuff happening. Bunch of cheap books, man.
How long is your auction, Dad?
It goes until I run out of books, and I got a lot of boxes. So everybody have a great day, and I'll hope to catch you all in the chats later. Oh, JP says he's ready. He thinks he is going to be there. He's going to be selling books too. See you guys all later.
And if you have pops, save some for me. Peace out.